I'm not gonna lie, folks. I've been a fan of a lot of things, and in 1983, I wasn't just a fan of the Sonic Sat.AM show or the comic as well. I was also a fan of the show that I guess you could say rivaled it a little bit, and that was Power Rangers. The only thing was Power Rangers had sort of a unique lineup. Had a bit of a unique lineup, if you will. You see, Power Rangers would come on early in the weekday mornings, around 6:30 or 7 when I was living in Kansas. And then they would show up around 7:30 on the weekends. And just like with a lot of shows at that time, shows like, let's say Darkwing Duck and Goof Troop, the repeats would show up on weekday. The repeats would basically they would show new episodes on the weekdays as well as on the weekends. But as time went on, they would show the repeats on the weekends and just the new episodes on the weekends. That was basically how they went with it. So I've sort of been into the Power Rangers since then. I'm not lying about that. I couldn't watch it as much as I could later on when I did get a chance to finally watch it and catch up on it and enjoy it. But still, I became a fan. I liked it. It's like Louis Lombard or Linkara says in one of his reviews. Basically, yes, Power Rangers is at times can be cheesy, can be a little ridiculous. It can be a little over the top, if you know what I mean. But it was a fun, entertaining show. Especially at times, especially when you consider what they had to use for Sentai footage, what Sentai footage they had to use to incorporate into the story. Of course, one of the running gags was, and God rest his soul, was three Trangs. I can't pronounce the name, but the original Yellow Ranger. One of the running jokes, apparently, even being parodied many times, was the fact that in the Super Sentai original version of Power Rangers, the Yellow Ranger was a boy. Of Mighty Morphin, the Yellow Ranger was a boy. But because they wanted to equal things out here in the States, they made the Yellow Ranger a girl. And that's very understandable. And that's even when the character of Ashley took over, or Aisha, whatever. I got Ashley or Aisha, I looked at the name again. But when she took over as the new Yellow Ranger in Mighty Morphin, and basically was still the same. See, that stuff like that would get joked about because you would think, okay, they should at least attempt to, kind of figure out a way to enhance it or make it look like it's a girl. Now later on down the road, they did realize. Now later on down the road, the Japanese shows did kind of diverse to where you would have a boy, a girl in yellow, or a girl in pink, or two girls on a team at times. So you would diverse that in some ways. Now, the reason I bring this up is we all know right now we're in the 20th anniversary of the Power Rangers here in the States. 20th anniversary. And this is a big, big deal. This is a very big deal because apparently Megaforce, and I mentioned this before, is the 20th anniversary. It's not only the 20th anniversary, it's the 20th series, does the 20th anniversary show, but also it's the Sentai. It's basically it's based on the Sentai, which included which included what was known as the Legendary Battle, basically consisting of every Power Ranger in existence. So now, again, as I mentioned in one video, the question is, how is that Legendary Battle going to be made? How is it going to come to be? Well, we do know, apparently, that some former Power Ranger alumni are returning for the anniversary. And we don't know if it's just for multiple episodes, one-off episodes, we don't know. One of the notable names is Jason David Frank, of course, who played Tommy. And he's coming back apparently as not one, not two, but possibly 3 Rangers. As his original Green Ranger with a new helmet, as the White Ranger, and as possibly Red Ranger Zeo. But the question eludes, who else besides Tommy, who else besides Jason David Frank? Or basically, who else, or what other Power Ranger alumni is returning for the 20th anniversary? See, that's the question. What other Power Ranger alumni? Can you name any? Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is returning besides Jason David Frank and a few others? Comment below.